Welcome back to Risque Business News. I'm your host, Laura.
And I'm May, and today I am talking about Kanye West suing his California-based dentist. You might have heard about this. A dirty janitor. They're supposed to be clean.
Wow.
A sleep therapist that's up to no good.
God.
Just a little bit more piling on Blake Lively because you know what? I'm sorry,
we're going to
everybody.
do that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that part. I tried to watch Another Simple Favor
Oh my God.
last night. I watched 90% of it, and guys, it's not good.
Oh, you didn't enjoy it?
I mean, I did.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's bad.
Let's discuss.
Yes. I'm going to be discussing Newark Airport. Unsafe. Scary as hell. We had a lovely experience there.
I had a wonderful
which has
experience.
been cracking me up as I've been reading this article. We're also going to be discussing water sommeliers, a new kind of sommelier competition that is taking over. And honestly, I'm into it. I'm bullish.
What? Really?
Bullish.
I was going to say this generation has got to go.
And it includes me.
Yeah.
Bullish.
Bullish, yeah.
Bullish as
also,
well.
the small young man is here out of screen.
Young man.
If you hear any squeaks, that's him.
I'm also going to be talking about Dave Portnoy, who had a tragic anti-Semitic, not tragic, no one died, but it just was not good, anti-Semitic incident at one of his restaurants. We'll talk about that a little bit. Might be a bit of a bummer compared to the fun stuff where we'll be comparing American and European water. So enjoy.
Okay, great.
Where's the money? I don't understand how you make money.
Hold
from
on.
that, though.
2 stand-up comics in New York City.
Just learned a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna ask all the stupid questions that you might be thinking at home, but are afraid to ask people.
Making it to where you feel like you're too stupid to be able to ever engage in it, they win.
Why the fuck are they doing this?
It's to make money. It's Risque Business News.
So we had
Is that something? It's just something.
we had your bachelorette. That was phenomenal.
It was a really perfect bachelorette.
It was the best bachelorette I've ever been to.
Potentially, it's so funny to me that we flew back on Monday into Newark Airport, maybe died. We're gonna maybe die. Also, actually, almost like the turbulence was the worst turbulence I've ever had.
The turbulence was bad. Like
I don't think I've had worse than that.
No, it was very bad.
Like we were texting, we were like, so.
Sweetie.
That's what I was saying, but way in a way scarier voice.
Oh my God, I was we talked about this when we landed, but for some reason when it comes to stuff like that, I will just accept my fate.
Yeah.
I've just accepted it. I'm
What
like,
are you
well, if
gonna
I go
do?
down like this, I'm like, that's okay.
I will say I am very glad that I didn't read about this going into that flight because I think I would have been freaking out way more. But apparently on April 28th, air traffic controllers reported that for about 90 seconds, the signals, like the screen that shows them where all the planes are and communications with the planes, went black.
Oh my God.
Which is not good. It's very bad.
That's
a long time. Literally, the FAA, programmers,
The
like
people,
runners, the
yeah.
guys running the guys and gals,
the guys and the gals and the
and
people.
the theys running the computers. Some of them took off time for trauma after it because it was like the worst thing ever. You really, if your job is to not make planes crash, you're really gonna want to have the screen.
You're gonna want to have the
with
screen
the little
open.
with the little plane on it, and it says this plane is here and this plane is here. Keep them about that far apart on the screen. That's big.
That is so stressful. Oh
Yeah.
my God. So what do they think it was? It was just like
So
a
there's-
malfunction because that is unacceptable.
And there's a
but-
couple things. So I guess
I'd almost rather it be hackers. I'm like, okay, well, at least
there's an answer.
Yeah,
at least there's like a
right.
clever Iranian behind it or something.
I know.
No, in this case, apparently it's just like really old equipment. So they said that one of the signal things just stopped working. And the reality is that they need to update a lot of the tech.
Yeah.
And they haven't had either the budget or the people enabled to do that. They also
What
have
the fuck?
like, I'm sorry, it's so much. I pay a fee on every one of my flights. I never fly into Newark. So maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to be flying into Newark more and giving them some more fees
I guess.
so they can update their tech.
I mean, here's what. I am not for big government necessarily, but like, why the fuck isn't the government just straight up being like, we will pay for this, obviously, because we're
or-
dealing with hundreds of millions of lives.
Hear me out.
Right?
Newark Airport is competing with like JFK and LaGuardia. And I'm after reading all this, I'm like, I'm gonna do JFK or LaGuardia.
Oh,
There
really?
are options. Yeah, I'm not flying into there. Literally, they have an interview with an air traffic controller He was speaking to MSNBC correspondent Tom Costello. And the air traffic controller says, it is not safe. It is not a safe situation right now for the flying public. Which is like not what you want an air traffic controller to be telling you. No. You do not want them basically saying you're going to die. My job is to make sure you're not going to die. And I can't promise you that.
So good luck.
Love Newark Airport. Fly from JFK.
Damn.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I'm glad we did not know that.
I'm glad we didn't know that.
Meanwhile, May and I land in Newark Airport. We're going through customs. We breeze through customs.
Oh, yeah.
Want to know why we breeze through customs? Because half of the flights into Newark were canceled.
That makes so much more sense. Because I was going
were just like, man, they've got their shit together.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that was seamless. That was great. There's no one in line.
They really know how to process people. They just didn't let anyone else in. The only flight coming in was basically ours from Tulum. They were like, well, Laura and May are on that one, so of course let it in.
So we're going to let them in.
They're fine risking their lives. They've got to be back.
Oh, we have nothing to lose. I mean,
we
look
were
at the
early.
numbers on this podcast. You got to pump them up.
We got to bump them up.
We were early.
Literally early. We landed early. It was no problems minus the bumps on the way in. And even with that, we were still early. The pilot said, fuck that. We got to go.
God bless.
But literally raving about Newark Airport on the Uber ride home.
It was nice. Also, the restaurants, they really revamped it.
They did.
Quite
Last time I
lovely.
was there, I was flying Southwest. And the Southwest terminal at Newark Airport is similar to like a prison. It's more in line with like a jail cell.
Okay.
Like even the chairs themselves are like very jail-esque.
Okay.
There's no chargers. Don't look for a port. They let like tape over them.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Yeah.
I was just like sitting on the ground for extended periods of time. It was chaos.
I fucking hate when there's no charge. I'm like, what world are we living in where you have to actually find like a charger in the wall and sit next to it? I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah,
here?
that was me sitting on the ground.
No, it's crazy.
Like next to like the LPQ or whatever. just
Unbelievable.
plugged
Also,
in.
when Wi-Fi is poor, I'm like, please.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Yeah, apparently it was like this whole fucking shit show. We were none the wiser. And then while I was researching this, apparently a couple hours ago now, we're recording this Wednesday, like 5 o'clock. A couple hours ago, a United Airlines Boeing 777 in San Francisco clipped the wingtip of another plane on the runway.
Oh my God.
Hard fuck that. They had a little fender bender. They had a little fendy.
Am I insane? Or like,
Did we forget how to fly?
yes. I mean, this year in particular, it's like, guys, we've been doing this since the Wright brothers. I don't understand
together.
what's happening. We've all just collectively decided we're gonna do a bad job.
We're gonna drink on the job.
We're gonna drink on the job. Like
drinking
that.
on the job.
What's that movie? Oh shit, I don't know. But I thought it was a real movie. It was with Denzel Washington, and he like flies this plane wicked hammered and on coke and lands the plane, and then he has to go in front of the board or whatever. And I thought it was a real movie, and I was telling Joe List, I was like, based on a true story. And Joe List was like, you are the dumbest fucking person I have ever met in my life.
Here's the thing, though. If you told me that was based on a true story, I'd be like, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
it was based on a true story.
Absolutely.
He's like,
That's
no.
not true.
And then I
But didn't the guy who landed the helicopter or something get in trouble for drinking? I'm making this up.
I don't know. The guy, I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
Sully, what's it called?
Wasn't
movie?
Sully a drunk? I'm literally making
No, I
this
think
up.
that there was a guy that it was based on who was a drunk, but the flight never happened. I don't think there was something. Me and Joe List were both
this
right.
is what I'm referencing.
Okay.
Because Denzel Washington was Sully. Right.
Yes.
Huh.
But I think we were both correct because it was based on a real man, but also the
they
actual flight
combined
never
it.
happened.
Got it.
So really, Joe List was right, but whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that in this case, no one is drinking on the job at Newark Airport, but maybe they should start because
Maybe they should
none of the planes
start.
are coming in. So there's nothing for them to
Right.
do anymore because everything's
God.
canceled. Unless you're an air traffic controller, definitely don't.
Jeez.
Because there's like 4 of them apparently. They're all on trauma leave.
Oh my God. I say this all the time when there's airline issues, but I wonder what my brother's take on this is.
We should get him on the pod.
We should get him on the pod.
Representing his airline.
Representing Delta Airlines. He's like, no,
He's like, I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to lose
Why
my
not?
job.
They don't understand. But anyway,
well,
so
that's
guys,
fucking
don't fly into
crazy.
Newark. And if you have to become religious or something beforehand,
Yeah.
It's a good time for you to explore religion before you fly into Newark.
It's a great time for me to get baptized. I
Yes,
think
it would
I'll
be
do
really
that.
good to get baptized before you go to Newark.
Yeah. Maybe next time we fly out of Newark, I'll just get Van baptized. So that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then, yeah.
And
when
also
you take
me
him
and his father, which is a triple baptism.
That's good. That's a big win for the
God.
big man.
Yeah, for the big
Yes,
guy.
I got all 3.
I took down a whole family. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of people that implode their own family, not that baptizing would be imploding my family, but you get it. That's a transition, I guess.
Yeah, you tried. You segued.
Ye, formerly known as Kanye West or
Kanye.
Ye or whatever the fuck. Ye is now going to sue his former Beverly Hills dentist. So he is, if you remember actually a few years ago, he did a Subway ad. A Super Bowl ad, sorry.
Okay.
That he was in the dentist chair and he did it on his iPhone. Remember that?
Yes, I do. He spent
Yeah.
a ton of money, and it was basically like, "Fuck you! I'll film this on my iPhone."
Yeah, pretty much.
And at first, we were like, "Oh, okay, this is kind of baller, I guess." And then we're like, "Oh no, he's just mentally ill."
He's mentally ill. Apparently, this dentist allegedly got him addicted to nitrous oxide gas, also known as laughing gas, which
Yes.
is the good stuff. Let me
That
tell you
is the good
That
stuff.
is really nice.
Works well.
Yeah. So basically, he said that he gave him excessive amounts of nitrous oxide for non-medical purposes, and basically, they wasn't used for any sort of legitimate standard of care, and so now Yi is like, well, that's why my brain is so fucked up, because this doctor was giving me drugs.
I promise you, this actually sounds like it could be legit.
Really?
Because
I mean, at least medical malpractice.
yeah, and then I think there was like Matthew Perry had that like ketamine doctor, and wasn't there a guy? We should probably actually look into this a little bit more intensely, because I'm pretty sure there was like a specific doctor who was like the ketamine dealer.
Oh, really?
For a lot of people.
Yeah, I believe it.
And I think, I mean, you can make money on it. You know, at the same
yeah, it's drug dealing.
Yeah. You know, you can actually charge people
Wow.
for the drugs when you drug
There
deal.
should be organizations around this. Like they should call it something like the Carvel.
The conclave. The conclave. Yeah, I think there was even, I'm looking it up, and the DOJ actually had charged 2 doctors in connection with it.
Good.
Which
Well, there was also disgusting
the
text
ketamine
messages.
queen.
Whoa.
It's just Jasmine Sangha, 41, was AKA the ketamine queen.
Wow.
This is from justice.gov. So this is a real United States attorney official document where they refer to this lady as the ketamine queen, and the other one is named Dr. P. Ketamine queen and Dr. P.
I mean,
So point being, Kanye might be falling under exactly the same kind of a situation.
yeah, true.
I will say Matthew Perry didn't become wildly anti-Semitic.
That's true.
He
That's
just
true.
fucking died, and it
Right.
was sad.
It was sad.
Maybe he was like personally being a little like, you know,
Who knows? We don't know what he was saying behind closed doors. Maybe he was.
maybe that's a weird
That's-
side effect of the drugs.
It
I don't know.
is.
I wouldn't know. But
Right.
what I will say is maybe Kanye has something there. Also, I doubt he's actually the one who's suing. I bet it's like
Oh, really?
his fucking estate or something. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We gotta do some damage control here.
Maybe. I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Tell me more. What are they? Anything else on
So they're saying that as a result of his practices, Ye suffered extreme mental and physical distress, leading to urgent medical care. In another instance, evidence suggests additional improper usage of propofol, which I don't know what that is, or similar controlled substances when Ye had diminished capacity and was not aware of or capable of knowingly consenting to the usage. So that's interesting.
It's a sedative, propofol. Isn't that the one that you put, like in the movies, they put it on the little napkin and they go.
No, you're
And you go-
thinking of
No?
I can't. Why? I have no recall today.
Wow, Michael Jackson was taking propofol.
Yeah.
It can induce sleep in a controlled hospital setting. I'm listening. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Propofol killed Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. He
Yeah.
went 60 days without real sleep.
Who?
Michael Jackson.
Holy shit!
It's too many days.
It's too many days. Well, he did pass away. So
yes.
that does
Well,
make
anyway.
sense.
So, maybe Kanye has. Maybe there's something to this.
Also, the letter stated notably. You went so far, talking to the doctor, as to deliver large surgical-sized nitrous oxide tanks to Ye's personal residence.
Wow.
Effectively enabling and encouraging him to inhale nitrous oxide outside of any medical setting. Not good. Yeah. Not good.
The doctor is like, I am sorry for partying?
Yeah, God bless. You know what?
That,
he asked for it, and I just gave it to him, which is what doctors do for most things.
it's like, I don't know what you thought the deal was. I'm on a sketchy website. It's kind of my thing.
Right. This is how we run things.
I'm the ketamine king. And the ketamine queen was arrested, so I'm the king.
She was arrested, so now I'm the king. I took over her business.
Yes. It's just a cartel member. They're like, we're suing you. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Go for it.
Go crazy.
I feel like, obviously the cartel is alive and well in Mexico. We talked about them extensively.
Maybe listeners.
But
maybe listening to the pod.
Maybe listeners to the pod. But it is interesting. Like, you go to Mexico and there's so many drugs you can just get over the counter. I'm like, what are they selling?
They were like forcing cocaine at us.
They were.
This is something. This is something that's interesting. We were at a club, Gitano. I'll fucking say it because it's extremely. You can go fact check this immediately. It's probably on Reddit or something. And trying to go to the bathroom, there's a man who's not. He's like insistent that you do coke. I did not.
Also, I
said I would not like to tangle with the cartel.
Yeah.
But he's there. Like, it's like those guys who are like offering you mints.
Right.
But it's like instead of mints, it's coke.
Well, and also what was interesting about that is like I couldn't tell if he worked for the establishment or not.
I mean, he was clearly partnered with them at the minimum.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm probably not officially because Gitano is a real organization, you know, but I think they were just like, what?
Well, they're probably like, it's the cost of doing.
Yeah,
it's the cost of doing business in this town, I guess.
Right.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
It was crazy. It wasn't even remotely being hidden.
No, not at all.
Like everybody was getting asked. Every single person in that establishment was getting asked.
You know,
you could have been like the most Karen soccer mom in the world, and they would have been like, "Would you like some cocaine, Miss Karen, Miss Rachel?" You could have been Miss Rachel.
Literally.
Miss Rachel from the children's show would have been offered coke.
You know what's interesting? You know how dealers never do their own supply? Like if like the guy who invented plastics doesn't have any plastic in his house, like stuff like that. I wonder if Miss Rachel will let her children watch Miss Rachel.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
No, she's like, we have Miss Rachel at home.
Yeah. We have organic Miss Rachel.
Why would you need to go out for that? We have Miss Rachel right here at home.
Because Miss Rachel does have kids.
Does she?
Yeah, she does. I could totally see like the inventors of Sesame Street being like, I am not letting my kids watch Sesame Street. Although I would like to start him on episode 1, season 1.
Sesame Street actually is like that's fine.
Is it?
In the grand scheme of things, yeah.
I mean, I guess it's like not that intense. It's like
no, and it's like the count who counts.
Yeah,
it's gonna be all right.
Maybe
of all the content they can be consuming,
that's true.
I think it's gonna be okay if they learn the numbers from the count. Who's a little gay?
He is a little gay.
He's a little gay. They learn about gay people from Sesame Street right out the gate. A lot of gays on Sesame Street.
Who else?
Elmo.
Elmo's gay? You think?
With
Bert
Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, for sure.
Elmo. Maybe Elmo's just femme.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think it's remember that Chappelle bit where it's like everyone's like, "Oh, how come Oscar's so grouchy?" And he's like, "Bitch, I live in a trash can."
And they're like, "Shut up, Oscar. You're such a grouch."
Oscar's such a grouch. That's so fucking funny.
That's very good. It's
Bitch,
good.
I live in a trash can. Anyway, interesting to see what happens here. I mean, you can't sue a drug dealer for selling you drugs, but they're a doctor. So that's
they
shouldn't
gig.
be doing that.
The gig is to not sell them. You're supposed to prescribe them.
I see
for money.
I see drug dealers and doctors as the same. How about that? Wow. Also, mobsters and politicians. Mobsters and politicians. No one's ever said that before. The same.
Listen. She's a mother and she becomes this like fucking owl of wisdom.
I've said.
She said what she said.
I said what I said, and no one has ever said it before. Ever. Hot takes on Risky Business News.
You know, that's right. Okay, cool. Well, you know what? I said what I said. I have found a new event I would like to attend.
Please.
And it is the next annual Fine Water Summit Taste and Design Awards.
Oh, boy. Okay.
2026 edition is what I would like to go to. If anyone would like to join me.
Where is this taking place?
This year, it was over my birthday, so what missed opportunity there in Atlanta, Georgia. Can you imagine? The water som event.
I would be like,
guys.
no, I can't do this. I can't do this.
For my badge, I'm like, guys, we're gonna go to the water sommelier.
One of the Bravo shows a few years ago, Vanderpump Rules, actually, big Bravo show. They all decided to be fucking sober for one season. Like, a few of them had issues, and the other ones were just like on a break from alcohol. Yeah, right, whatever. And they did a water tasting in one of their backyards. And I said, this is where we close the franchise. This is where we say we had a really good run. We're done with this show. We cannot be doing water tastings.
I think where we close the show is when they're looking to Rhode Island for Real Housewives. May texted me this today that apparently the next episode or whatever season is going to be Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
No, we can't do a Rhode Island. It's too...
I'm from Rhode Island, folks. Skip it. Skip it. Don't do it.
You know what it's going to be? It's going to be a bunch of girls in pastels in Newport, and they're
dumb bitches.
They're gonna try to make it like Newport's this preppy haven. And it's like, not really. Newport's just a place.
It's fine.
It's just like such a farce. You know what I mean? Like, who cares?
Yeah, I don't see there's not like an elite scene.
Right. There's not an elite scene. Everything's really like chill. Even like the really nice restaurants are on the water, and like, and because they're on the water, it's casual.
You might wear like you're gonna see a bunch of guys in like khaki shorts and polos.
Sure, maybe they'll
at best
whip out a fucking blazer to go to like a really nice restaurant. But that's about it. Mm-hmm. And there's no like.
What are you gonna hit up Warwick?
Yeah, what are you gonna go to Warwick?
Oh my God, are they gonna be at Narragansett, where I used to guard on the beach? I tell you,
there
was no Real Housewives at Narragansett Beach.
They're gonna get Dell's fucking lemonade or whatever. Yeah,
that stuff does slap.
So good.
That does stuff slap.
Delicious. I'll tell you who shouldn't drink that though. Anorexic Real Housewives.
No, it's only sugar. What are you gonna have? Coffee milk? I'm just listing the Rhode Island things now. What are you gonna have? Pizza without cheese?
What are you gonna have?
Pizza without cheese? Did you ever have the pizza without cheese?
No, that sounds right up my alley though. Sometimes I like to skip the cheese.
What?
Philly likes to skip the cheese too.
I mean, it's the most insane thing. When I first,
with all the vegetables on it, it's like it's not.
We would have pizza parties as children, like children.
Yeah.
And they would bring us Rhode Island pizza, which is pizza without cheese. That is not. No, that is a focaccia.
That's a focaccia.
They would bring us.
That's a focaccia.
I was an 11-year-old in the public school of Rhode Island, and they would bring me a focaccia.
No.
If the class was good on Fridays.
No.
On Pizza Fridays, we'd have a focaccia.
You can't do it.
No, I was pissed, and I was furious, and I let it be known. I was the mouthy bitch pissed about focaccia bread, like petitioning for cheese. I'm like, we must have mozzarella.
Also, you're like, excuse me, this is the focaccia, and they're like, okay, pretentious.
Yeah,
bitch.
we get it.
We get it. Your mom's German or whatever.
We're European. And I was.
Yeah,
I was like, this is not pizza.
No,
I'm a German who's like a strong stance on pizza.
Yeah,
this is not pizza.
No.
It must have the cheese. So anyway, they had this, I think this has been going on for like a year or two now, because there were a couple other that were beforehand. But the first, like, really like trying to get into a new industry, it does make sense to me because bottled water has a lot of different tastes and flavor profiles.
That's true. And there is bad water.
Yes. So
Dasani, most notably.
I looked up some of the different categories that they were judging on and what they were describing them as. Because they were doing a whole bunch of different types of water. The rare waters too. It wasn't just like Pellegrino, though I think they did include that. It was one of the ones I found, at least. But in this specific competition, they drank water from like a 4,000-year-old iceberg.
Oh my God, that is actually cool.
It's kind of cool,
yeah,
right?
And was it delicious, or like it just has a bunch of rocks in it? People are like, ugh.
I mean, it's like fossils. They're like,
I hate this mammoth taste.
Yeah, it tastes like hair. And they had like raindrops from Tasmania and stuff like that.
Cool.
So interesting places to get water from.
Yeah.
They would measure it on like pH, the source, and terroir. Terroir. How do we say that? Terroir? Terroir?
I don't know. Whatever.
Anyway,
I don't know what it means.
like basically, like, is it from like a glacier, artisan springs, volcanic aquifers, sewage system? Like, where is it coming from? And then they would say where to pair it with. So I asked, like, I was looking to see like some of the results.
Pair it with food.
Yeah, well, but they were like getting more specific, like salmon or like a spicy pizza, you know. So for Evian, which is a great water, it's great water.
It's good water.
It's a very neutral to slightly alkaline taste. Has a silky mouthfeel because of its mineral content.
Okay.
And it's balanced with no aggressive or metallic notes. And it was supposed to go with salads, white fish, or soft cheeses because it's subtle.
Sure.
Yeah, perfect. Well, but then on the flip side, Fiji is very smooth and slightly sweet.
I like the Fiji.
And it has also a soft finish with a clean but noticeable mouth coating effect. I think that's just liquid.
That might just be liquid.
That's just like water that you're talking about.
You know what I don't like? I don't think I like super minerally. I don't think I like that.
I like them all for
I'm
different
not a
reasons.
huge fan of, this is very controversial. I am not a huge fan of Topo Chico.
Too spicy?
It's not that it's spicy. It's like, it feels like thick to me. It's like thick water where like Fiji is crisp.
Okay, sommelier.
I guess so.
Okay, water sommelier.
I guess so.
See, she's in. San Pellegrino is often called the champagne of mineral waters. You're going to remember that, folks.
I don't like that
You
that
say you
much
don't
either.
learn. You say you don't learn on this podcast.
To be honest, not for me.
I will say this, San Pellegrino, one of my least favorites.
Same.
The ones we've listed.
Not good.
Strong mineral presence, salty, slightly bitter with a noticeable tang. They're not wrong.
I don't like the salt.
Ideal with rich foods, fatty meats, and cheeses. Cleanses the palate well between courses. I will agree with that. If you drink some San Pellegrino,
Sure.
the shit is cut. So they did a couple other ones that were like Aquapana, whatever, Voss, things like that, like good waters. And I was like, how about, let's go ahead and hit Dasani.
Yeah.
What's the concept of Dasani? It is, first of all, acidic, 5.6 on the pH. That is acid. The taste profile, it says that it has added magnesium sulfate, potassium chloride, and salts for taste, often described as metallic, plasticky, or chemical.
Oh my God. That's
Leaves a
ruthless.
slightly dry, artificial finish. Criticized for being overall overly engineered. Some claims it leaves you thirstier due to added salt content.
Oh my God.
Dasani got wrecked.
You know what? Dasani sucks.
Okay, so
What about Poland Spring? Was that on there? I like Poland Spring.
I personally, Poland Springs is my favorite of the like
Generic
standard ass
ones.
waters that you can get around.
Yeah.
It's mostly in the Northeast. It comes from natural springs in Maine, and they said neutral and inoffensive with a very faint minerality. Can vary by batch, and it's dropped from several different springs. Better received than Dasani or Aquafina. Considered a decent everyday, though not luxurious. I like
Great.
that.
It is,
I like
it's
that.
exactly what it is. It's like the champagne of beers.
Yes, it is. It's the champagne of water in America,
Yes.
which is not great still. In Europe, they'd be like, oh, this is illegal.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to drink this here.
No.
Now, Aquafina, they described as very little character or mouthfeel. Some described it as empty or hollow, lacking the body of a natural spring water.
Weird.
Often panned for its sterility, a go-to for if you want water that tastes like nothing at all, which some people prefer.
Yeah. Of course
It's
I would
also
prefer.
acidic.
Okay. I like the nothing at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, Aquafina is like fine if you're just like, I just need to drink water. Like, I
Yeah.
don't really care about the process in between.
Right.
And Dasani, you're a psychopath. Like, you're crazy if you drink Dasani.
No, you're insane if you drink Dasani. I don't know. I don't understand any situation where you look at all the options and you go for the Dasani.
I know. What are some of
Literally.
those brands that like aren't even? I don't even remember.
Oh, Voss is a good one.
No, those are like the normal brands. I'm
Oh.
trying to think of like the ones
Like
that are
Kirkland
like the bud-
Signature. Or like
but that's probably good. That's probably Voss
delicious.
undercover.
Yeah, it's so true.
God. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like the 7-Eleven brand.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like that's lighter fluid.
What is the 7-Eleven brand, you
I
think?
think it's literally called 7-Eleven.
It's probably just, I actually love those waters.
Really?
I used to get two. Okay, you get two for $2 and they're huge.
The 7-Eleven ones? Mm-hmm. Tell me about the 7-Eleven
I thought they were very good.
brand. Well, let's see if ChatGPT.
Oh my God, I have such a good segue. when
Oh,
we're
yeah?
ready. Yeah.
Oh, it's reverse osmosis. That's probably why it's good.
Yeah, I like
7
it.
is a neutral pH. Okay. Described as neutral and refreshing.
I've enjoyed it.
Wow.
Very much so.
Okay, plot twist.
Yeah.
7-Eleven brand, considerably stronger than Dasani.
Also,
Considerably.
by the way, 7-Eleven coffee, divine.
Sleeper. Don't sleep on
Divine.
7-Eleven stuff. I will admit I was sleeping hard. I was comaing on their stuff.
Oh yeah.
That was a coma.
Okay, well, this is a great segue. So, speaking of bottles and water, there was a janitor sentenced 6 years after being convicted of urinating in bottles, giving women incurable STDs, which Yep. So, I think
Where?
incurable
Newark
STDs.
Airport?
In Houston, Texas, actually.
Oh my God.
Houston, Texas. So, yeah. So, Lucio Diaz was charged with indecent assault and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, being his bodily fluids containing herpes, which I assumed.
Oh my God.
And basically what he did was he peed in the water, in like the water jug for
the office water jug?
the office water jug. And this woman, so in August, this woman reported, she was like, I noticed like this foul smell, like something stinks It was at a water dispenser at a doctor's office also.
Oh my God.
A doctor's office.
This is the perfect segue from the water sommelier.
So then she was like, okay, you know what? I don't know what the fuck's up with this water, but I'm just going to drink water from my water bottles that I bring to work. And then later she was like, oh, okay. She was like, well, I forgot my water bottle. I'm just going to use it again. And then she was like, something like this is wrong. Like something's wrong with this.
Right.
They tested it. There was urine in it. And then they looked back at the CCTV footage and the janitor was pissing.
And not just pissing herpes piss.
Pissing herpes piss.
Just piss was disgusting, but it's sterile.
Yeah.
Herpes piss that's tough. So you
Yeah.
got herpes?
Some people I don't know if she did necessarily, but some people in the office did.
Also, maybe they just had herpes and were like,
Yeah, that's true.
oh yeah, no, I got it from the janitor, not from the sex with Sharon.
I thought that you would have to get like jizz on your lips or something.
I certainly thought that too. I didn't think that distilled water, like the
piss.
piss and but
Yikes.
I'm not willing to test.
No, I'm
No.
not willing to. I'm not willing to drink anyone's pee, to be honest with you.
No,
But how fucking gross is that?
it's disgusting.
Oh, wait, no. Actually, I correct myself. This victim, she was 54 years old and she had gotten herpes.
Yeah, from fucking the janitor.
From the fucking janitor that she was banging.
I think she had sex with the janitor, and then he's like, no, it's from the pee.
And then the lawsuit was initially filed on behalf of 4 women who also got the disease. And I'm like, so this
they all
janitor
had
was
sex.
getting around.
Sex with the janitor, who then peed in their water because he was like, they like it, it's their thing.
Sort of thing. They like getting peed on. They like drinking piss. It's like a whole thing.
Disgusting.
I do not understand that sexual kink. There's so many
No, it makes no
people
sense to
out
me.
there that love getting pissed on. I don't understand it at all. I've never been pissed on, to be fair. So maybe I would.
I promise I wouldn't like it. I had a boyfriend who would pee the bed. That's pretty close. Pretty close when he was drunk, and I didn't like it. I said, "Is this the thing?"
No thanks.
Because I'm out. I don't like. I would prefer you never do this again.
Yeah. This
Become
is,
a big prude after that. I say, no.
Is the kink that I have to wash my bed sheets
Right.
every time you stay over?
It's 2 a.m. and I'm doing laundry. Is that the kink? Is that what you guys like? I don't understand why we're doing this.
brutal.
Yeah.
Anyway, God bless that woman or this man. It's so fucking funny to think about also that he's in prison for 6 years. And people are like,
Yeah.
what are you in here for? And he's like, I was a janitor. I just like felt the need to piss in a fucking.
I feel like the other inmates would be like, don't fuck with that guy.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy.
Leave it. Don't fuck with him.
Yeah. What do you think it was? Like someone disrespected him one day and he's like, I'm going to piss in your water every day for years.
For years. Was that how many he'd been doing it for a long time?
He'd been doing it for a long time.
It's really embarrassing for the people drinking piss water and not noticing.
I know.
And it's like, they're not that big of jugs.
That's true. And you could be like, this water is not white. It's not clear.
That's disgusting. Or maybe he was super hydrated. Probably not. Yeah, he probably just got like really disrespected at work.
Yeah.
And went to that extreme. And then also had herpes. He went and got herpes because he was like, I am that mad. I need to go get herpes, come and pee in your jug so you all get herpes as well.
Ugh. Disgusting.
We have range on this podcast, folks.
We'll
tell you about Dasani's pH profile, and then within 5 minutes, we'll talk about herpes in water jugs.
So yeah, that's it.
I'm just saying. Keeping you guessing.
Mm-hmm. What else you got?
Well, I'm going to hard pivot. I don't really see a way I can link. Oh, well, bottle service.
Great. Okay, great.
So Barstool Sansom Street in Philadelphia, I guess that is a restaurant or like club of some sort. I actually should have looked this up. Probably not doing well in the Google reviews right now, I bet. This Barstool place. Yeah, it is a 3.6 stars.
Ooh.
On Google. That has great cocktails and live performances and dancing. Basically, it's like a club where you can get bottle service. It's in Philly, and it is owned by Barstool Sports.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those places where you can put in, like, if you have a birthday or something, when you're getting your bottle, they'll come out and they'll be like, "Happy birthday, David!" You know, and everyone's excited.
Yeah.
And there's girls in like bikinis. I'm making this part up, but
right. But they come out. You guys have seen it. They come out with those signs.
Yeah, and the sparklers, and everyone's
We're
like,
here.
he paid $12,000 or whatever for this weird show because he needs attention that bad. It's like kind of actually really embarrassing that he's doing this.
Americans cannot club. We do not know.
Dude, it's so bad.
We don't know.
When we were in Tulum, we were like,
this is a club.
This is something.
This is
not
that
the
was
katana
enjoyable.
thing. The katana was fun too, but we went to Papaya Playa Project.
Oh,
hard vouch.
Hard vouch.
That was
there
fun
if you're in
as
Tulum.
hell.
So much fun.
Oh my god, on the beach, and everyone was just like cool and hot and just
and they're
like
not crowded.
breezy.
Yeah, they're not crowded.
Yeah,
it's like great vibes, great music.
It was so fun.
Good little like areas that you could go if you didn't want to dance the whole time. Activities. It was amazing.
You could go stand in this like wall of
ribbons.
It
was a lot cooler than it sounds. Okay?
Yeah. No, it was fun. It was like something you dance for a little while, and then you're like, "Do you want to go stand on the ribbon wall?"
Yeah,
I do want to go stand on the ribbon wall for a little while, and then you go do that.
I do.
So that was fun. So anyway, and at the same time is existing Barstool Sansom Street bar, and on May 3rd there was a incident in which someone ordered one of those bottle service signs, and it came out saying "F the Jews."
Right.
I don't know why I censored myself on that.
Well, it sounds.
I guess it's not a great clip to have taken away.
Yeah, it sounds
as
pretty
you can
intense.
Yeah. Yes, of course. So this is not great, and there is of course videos of this. And what's crazy is that like the people working there are the ones bringing out the sign. Like it's not like someone held up a piece of paper that they wrote that on, and you're like, well, what are you gonna do? Like it's a crazy person who came to this place. They told the waitresses, write this on with the little blocks that you write very slowly with. You know, you slide it in.
Yeah.
And put that up, and then come out with streamers and sparklers and chanting, and everybody in the restaurant's looking, and you paid $12,000, and it's crazy for this hate speech.
It's insane.
So they came out with it. They were obviously taking videos of this. This went immediately viral. Dave Portnoy, who owns Barstool Sports, or is the CEO at the minimum. I don't know if there's other investors.
I think whatever. He's very involved. Obviously, he started Barstool Sports.
Started it, is at the minimum. I would say probably a majority shareholder. I would imagine.
Definitely.
He is also Jewish, which I didn't know.
Yeah, he's Jewish, and he's like extremely vocal about this type of stuff.
Well, maybe they were trying to fuck with him specifically. He immediately went on social media and was like, what are we doing?
Right.
Like, what is fucking going on? He said that he fired everybody involved. He apparently talked to one of the waitresses and said she was one of the dumbest effing humans I've ever talked to in my life. He called her, and she was at her son's dance recital or something along those lines, or maybe daughters, I don't know. And she goes, "Can I call you back in 30 minutes after the recital?" And he goes, No,
I'm Dave Portnoy. What the
fuck?
Yeah.
What just happened? It's like you brought out a sign that said that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So they all got fired, and then he actually said that he was they hunted down the people who had done actually ordered the sign.
Oh my God.
They were students at Temple University.
Yeah.
And
what's the name of Muhammad? Something whatever.
I
saw it because maybe you're getting to this, but he has a GoFundMe up right now.
Yes, and I actually don't have all the details on that, so I'd love to hear your take on this. But basically, this guy was a student at Temple University, which has since expelled him. He denied responsibility and claimed to be acting as a citizen journalist, saying that he was trying to bring like visibility to the crimes of the Israel or something along those lines. Which honestly, I don't think that was what was happening at all.
No, I think that he
was
thought
just
he was really funny.
But I think he was trying to be funny.
Mohammed Khan is his name.
Trying to be funny to his friends, and then it all backfired, which goes to show the foresight of people going to the Barstool Sports bar in Sansom Street in Philadelphia. And then he had like his internship removed and stuff like that. And Dave actually initially said that he was going to send them to, this sounds weird, but he said he was going to send them to Auschwitz.
Yeah. He was like,
which is like, sounds pretty metal, but it's just to go and like do the educational thing in Poland.
Yeah. I mean, that guy's probably not going to go because he is a raging anti-Semite.
Well, he rescinded the offer because everyone online was like, I'm sorry, so you're going to pay for him to go on a European tour? And they was like, that's probably a good point, actually. Though I do get what he was saying. And then so two different elements of this have come forward. The guy from Mohammed, the actual villain here, he started this GoFundMe. Do you have more on this?
Let me see.
I don't remember exactly what the GoFundMe was for, but basically I think
it was for due process. He was like, we need due process. And it's like, but you ordered that sign, and like that's sort of a shut and close, like open and close kind of situation.
Yeah.
It's givesend.co. It's .go. It's Justice for Mohammed Khan.
That's ridiculous.
Says it's like gives an example of the.
Has he raised any money?
I think he's.
Oh my God, he has. How much? No. Scroll up.
Let's see. How do I see? In this one,
okay, only $739.
Yeah, but this is only one. I think there's more.
Jesus.
Let's see. Fundraiser. This one has 3. No, it's a different Muhammad.
Oh,
so many Muhammads raising money.
Well, what are you gonna do? So he does this fundraising effort. Now the guy who orders this sign is trying to make himself sound like the victim.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And then on the flip side, Dave has been doing interviews with people, and not all of them, but a lot of the people who are doing the interviews are like, why is Barstool Sports so toxic? And he's like, okay, well, that is a separate issue.
Yeah.
That is not what we're talking about right now. But
yes.
But also probably something worth addressing, because apparently that's pretty bad. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's what's going on over there. Philadelphia police are even involved at this point.
Wow.
So can't do that, folks.
No.
Can't do that.
That is surprising, though, because famously, like a year ago or however long ago, on basically every college campus across the nation, people were like kind of terrorizing Jewish people, you know, and like obviously the Palestinian cause is a separate thing. I'm not an idiot, but there were fringe people that were like yelling at Jewish students. We all saw videos of this. I didn't make this up. You know what I mean? So I'm like, it's kind of crazy how that was sort of
we certainly
rewarded for a little while.
This isn't a politics podcast, so there's obviously a lot of news and politics we could be talking about around this, but I think that's part of what's going on right now with the Trump administration is like going after all these schools for being anti-Semitic. Does the Trump administration really give a shit about it? Or are they really just trying to bully these like liberal institutions? Who knows?
Right.
That's not what we're discussing on this podcast, because I get stressed out when I think about those things. But what I will say is that the conversation has certainly shifted where there's more defense for those groups. You know?
Yeah.
And certainly in this situation, that is a pretty cut and dry, situation where this isn't like a free Palestine, which like, you know, it's I could understand like, okay, it's kind of crazy to bring that out on a goddamn sparkler sign, maybe donate that money or something like that, but fine.
Right.
Saying specifically fuck this one group of people is hate speech, whether you like it or not.
It's crazy.
Especially in this private organization, and it's not very funny, I'll tell you that.
No, it's not. I bet you he thought he was being funny, and now he's trying to like.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
He's being an idiot, and he fucked around and found out hard.
Big time.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to be a bummer, but that was something I found interesting.
Yeah. Also, like, I think people are, because of the past however many months or years it's been, where it's been kind of like normalized in college campuses. I think like insert any other group where Jews were on that sign, and it's like it like knocks the wind out of your sails.
It is
where,
shocking to read
I've gotten
that way.
kind of like not normalized to what it said, but I was like, oh, this is some asshole trying to be funny. You know what I mean? Where it said, if it said fuck the anything else, you'd be like, holy shit, that person needs to go to jail.
Yeah, it wouldn't even make sense in the context. Like,
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Like, it doesn't roll off the tongue. Yeah. The mouthfeel.
The mouthfeel is bad.
It's off. See, I brought it back to the water sommelier once again.
Right.
How do I link this story to water sommeliers?
I have one more bathroom style. Bathroom style story. So basically, there was a man on Long Island who, let me just pull this up. There was a man on Long Island who has been arrested for, God damn it, where'd it go?
It's okay.
Whatever. There was a sleep center in Long Island where people go and they stay overnight so people can monitor their sleep apnea, whatever. There was an employee there who had hooked up cameras in the women's and men's bathroom and were watching them take dumps and piss.
Wow.
So they're going to jail.
Why does it make me feel better that it's both genders? I'm like, good.
I don't know. That is good. Another thing, there's so many people that are obsessed with watching people take dumps. And it's kind of funny when people are like, oh, the trans people in other bathrooms. I'm like, that person has a camera.
It's almost always straight men. I hate to say it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's kind of a lot.
Because
mostly them.
Because that straight man's like, oh, well, I have a fucking camera so I can see up vaginas while they piss. So obviously that's what they're doing in there.
Yeah, everybody wants to do that, just like me. It's like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. I've never done that before, but anyway, if you are...
I would pay money to not watch you piss.
I don't want to do that.
Or poop.
No.
I would actually pay a monthly fee to not have that happen to me.
2 Girls, 1 Cup really did a number on our generation.
I think we were like... the women were all like collectively, I'm good. I don't need any more. And the men were like, I need a lot more of that.
I need
whatever this is,
that.
More.
I want to see all of it.
We've talked a lot about bodily fluids.
So many bodily fluids.
It's been a bodily fluid heavy episode.
It's true.
Well, that's great. So whose side are you on? Whose side are you on this one? The courts or this man? Does he need justice? Should we start a GoFundMe?
Well, let's start a GoFundMe. You know,
do we call Gigi Hadid?
Maybe he's on some crazy new scientific breakthrough where how you shit has everything to do with how you sleep.
Maybe. No one even asked.
No one even asked.
No
one
took
due
a
process.
Second. What happened to due process?
What happened to due process?
What if he's a scientist?
Yeah.
We don't know.
They called Magellan crazy too. How about that?
How about that? Well,
oh my God! Wait, I have one more.
Oh, you do?
Blake Lively is again in the news. I mean, not by the news. I mean my fucking TikTok feed.
Doom scroll.
People are alleging that when she was giving some heartfelt speech about her mom, that the mom turned around to Ryan Reynolds and asked if she should cry. I don't think that's true, but she does should I cry while she's saying this? And so people are using it as an opportunity to pile on Blake, where they're like, oh, it's like a PR stunt where she's making
Ryan Reynolds' mom cry.
No, her own mom.
Oh, her own mom.
But she's basically, people are like, oh,
I think she's just saying, I'm going to cry.
I agree.
Being like, oh, it's emotional.
Yeah.
I'm a mother.
Yeah.
I don't even have the media savviness to inquire. What?
I think that there's people that just hate Blake Lively so fucking much.
Well, they should have just taken, and they have, the scenes of her from Another Simple Favor.
Oh my God, those outfits?
The outfits are insane. But also at the same time, I'm in on the outfits because that's kind of why I'm watching the movie. It's not like for the plot.
Look at this fucking outfit.
No, the hat is like, yeah, but at the same time, this is what I want. I don't want to see her just look normal.
I mean, be so for real.
Like, look at the meantime, Anna Kendrick in the background is just in like shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, well,
that is fucking
I'm not
funny.
Tuning into this movie to watch that. I'm not watching this lady in fucking mom shorts walk around. I want to see Blake Lively look nuts. Okay? That's what I'm paying Amazon Prime Video or whatever it is.
What?
Money to provide me the content of.
No. Why
her jangling out in all her necklaces.
Why the fuck does she... Why does she think this looks good? Like, she has access to all the money and all the stylists in the world, and she's like, this is what looks good.
I don't need it to look
This
good.
is what's flattering.
I want her to look nuts. I want to giggle to myself.
she looks dreadful. I gotta be honest.
Yeah. And it's very funny.
Yeah.
But the movie itself is absolute garbage. It's some of the worst acting I've ever seen. Which is funny because Anna Kendrick's not a bad actress. Like,
no, she's
good.
Great. Oh my God.
And this movie, she was like, I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah. She's like, I can't take this seriously with you in that hat.
I'm just going to like completely phone it in.
Anna Kendrick was just in that really good serial killer movie that she made. Oh my God, it was fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was
Oh, wait, I think I watched that. The one where...
The dating app killer?
Yes, I watched that on the plane into Newark.
Really?
I did.
So good.
And it was quite good.
Yeah, very, very good.
Very good. Very good.
But not this one. This one with Blake Lively.
No, she phoned it in hard, and I don't blame her. And I still enjoyed it. Did I finish the movie? No, because that's not necessary. It's really not about that, actually.
Well,
you see a couple outfits and you go, that was enough.
Our friend Kelly was so funny. She was like, well, I saw the first one. She goes, I wasn't going to watch it, but I saw they came out with a second one. So I was like, well, now I have to watch both of them. I was like, what? I was like,
she gave us out on 2 cultural events.
I go, what the hell are you talking about?
She's not wrong. I get where she's coming from.
No, I don't at all. It's
you say that right now, but guess who's about to go watch? Did you watch the first one?
No.
Did you watch the second one?
No.
You're going to watch both.
Okay.
All
right.
Put a mark in this. In a year from now, I will ask May again. Did you watch these movies? I bet she has.
I mean, to be honest, I have watched every show on television twice.
I bet she watches it.
So maybe I'll watch it.
Was I wrong? And you're going to tell me that I'm wrong?
No.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. This has been a fucking delight. We are still doing this change. It's taking us a goddamn year.
Sorry,
I am
we
getting
suck.
married, so it's, go easy on me. No one's mad, but I'm like, go easy on me.
Literally no one's asked.
No one cares. Yeah. Go easy on me. But do in the meantime follow us at Risque Business News, at Laura Stogar. I'm gonna be in DC this weekend. Sorry.
No worries. I have nothing to plug. So at May_Plannert. I am not really doing anything for a while outside of New York, but if you're in New York, hit up my Instagram stories, and that's where I post my dates.
Fuck yeah. And if you're in DC, come on out.
Come on out.
And otherwise, we'll see you next week on this podcast. Goodbye.